and thanks for having me. The fund is called Armenian Wounded Heroes Fund. And we started this, two of us co-founders now, it's a bigger team, right after the April War in 2016. So we had 100 casualties, deaths, and many other injured soldiers when the Azeris attacked, which surprised us all. I think it was a wake-up call for a lot of us who had been complacent, thinking that everything's okay on the front. And it turned out everything was not okay. And obviously there was a big mobilization in Armenia and a big one here in the diaspora as well. But we wanted to create something much more sustainable every day instead of just a reaction once in a while. And in fact, because of our backgrounds of the co-founders, we wanted to create something that provides technical long-term solutions instead of just sending money. So the solutions that we proposed to the government, because of our backgrounds with the military establishment here in the U.S., was creating a whole new casualty care system. So when the soldier, from the moment the soldier is wounded, the way you take care of him makes all the difference between life and death. Typically, wounded soldier, if it's a severe wound, may only have 2 minutes to survive. Most soldiers die from bleeding over time until they get to the hospital. Now, it turns out from the U.S. experience, there's very effective ways to stop the bleeding very quickly. And then you give the soldier, a wounded soldier, 8 hours, 10 hours to get to the hospital. As one example of the program we proposed, and that involves a lot of equipment, a lot of training, and changing the entire infrastructure and the way they do first aid, the way they do medics. And so that's been one of our main programs, and we have various others, but clearly it's been very effective. We've saved a number of lives. We have a lot of supporters. We need more supporters, and with very little investment, we're making a huge difference on the battlefront. The response is phenomenal. So when we actually present and we show the equipment and we show the results, it's almost unanimous. People are very excited. Many of them don't know these things exist. And many of them also have, to some extent, lost faith in the ability to be effectively intervening in Armenia and making a change. And so when we show them something very effective and relatively cheap and very straightforward, where we show them the results instantaneously almost with today's technology, where we actually make them part of the battlefront without getting off of their chair, that's very powerful. Now, when we talk about this program on the internet and whatnot, it doesn't register. It's very hard for people to understand. But once they see the equipment, they get it. Right. So
how much does it cost? May I ask?
It costs. There's a system we put in place of first aid kits, and it costs basically $70 per soldier. Mm-hmm. And so that soldier and this equipment essentially lasts forever. So the soldiers hopefully will not need to use it, and they can pass it on to the next guy and the next guy, and so you can use it for 15, 20 years once you make that initial investment. And even if it's used, God forbid, if a soldier is wounded, only parts of it gets used, so it's a very small expense, either from usage or expirations. So once we make this investment and the guys on the front have this equipment, it's going to be there for a very long time, and we're going to keep it up for small amounts of money. So long way of saying, this is the soldier's kit. So we provide this. This is made in the USA, high quality. What's inside is a combat application tourniquet, which you can see here. Mm-hmm. And this is the only thing on the planet that stops bleeding from a major artery damage from limbs, from arms or legs. This cannot be applied to the torso. We can talk about that later on. But every soldier is meant to have this. And thanks to our donors and partner organizations, 60% of the soldiers in Artsakh on the front already have this. Now, beyond this, there's also kits for medics, paramedics, and then higher level medics, etc. So we're providing those kits as well. These cost less. When you include the other kits, that's where the $70 per kit comes in.
So basically, individuals are encouraged to donate 1 or 2 per family, per individual. How does it work? What do you see is the best way to do it?
Individuals can donate, organizations can donate. So, for example, an individual can say, I want to save a soldier's life and donate $70, or they can say, I want to protect the whole squad, 8 people. That's $560. Hopefully, others will say, I want to protect the whole platoon. Or maybe an organization says, I want to protect the whole brigade, Zoramas, right? So I pick a Zoramas and sponsor it, just like the Armenian Medical Fund, USA, based in New Jersey. As soon as we had the initial discussion with them, we were expecting a small participation. They said, no, we're going to do the whole Zoramas. Ամենակարևոր խոսքանը որ մեր ասկը մեր փանագին հետ պետք է լա եւ մենք կամուրջ մնենք միան գրնանք կապել ամեն հայ անհատը փանագին հետ որ բոլորիս համար սիրելի է եւ հաջորդ անգամ երբ որ լսեք զինվորը վիրավորված է կամ սպանված է դժբախտաբար գիտեք որ բան մգա որ գրնակ ընել շատ concrete շատ effective եւ շատ թյուրուն ձեզի համար եւ գաբունիկ սահմանի հետ